Tonight, we'll take a look at what the city of Opelika has planned for a special upcoming holiday. We'll then update you on how you can get tickets to some major productions happening around Auburn's campus that you definitely don't want to miss. We'll also take a look nationally by informing you on the chaos surrounding one music festival last weekend. All of that and more is coming up next on Eagle Eye's Monday News at 6.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Gracie Pennington.
And I'm Hee-Sun Yoon. The Auburn University COVID Resource Center has reported 8 new positive COVID cases for the week of October 25th through the 31st. This number is equivalent to the previous week's number of 8 as well, creating a consistent trend even through the Halloween weekend here at Auburn. In addition, the center has reported that out of 263 on-campus administered tests, only 5 came back with a positive result. That is a 2% positivity rate, which is also the same as last week's numbers. The East Alabama Medical Center has also continued their decline of hospitalizations and ventilator usage. Spanning the week of October 18th, the center received 83 hospitalizations and 15 ventilators in use. You can stay updated on Auburn's COVID situation by visiting the Auburn COVID Resource Center website.
The city of Opelika is inviting the public to attend a Veterans Day celebration on November 11th to honor and thank those who served. The festivities will start off with a free breakfast at 9 a.m. for veterans and their families at the Opelika Public Library. Then at 10 a.m., celebrations will continue with performances from the Opelika High School Choir and guest speaker Major General Sylvester Cannon. Major General Cannon served as the Commanding General of the 167th Theater Sustainment Command headquartered at the Fort McClellan, Alabama. He is a current resident of Opelika and grew up in Lee County. To find out more about Opelika's Veterans Day celebration, visit opelika-al.gov.
In honor of Auburn's first African-American student, Auburn University will be dedicating the Harold A. Franklin desegregation marker on November 11th outside the RBD Library. The ceremony is to honor the late Harold Franklin, who desegregated the university in 1964 and passed away in September at the age of 88. The event will begin at 3:30 p.m. on the 11th and will be conducted virtually for the general public. To access the event, Auburn has created a link at aub.ie/Franklin ceremony. Members of the public can visit the marker to the side of Thatch Avenue across from Sanford Hall after the dedication ceremony.
The Auburn University Graduate School and Graduate Student Council is inviting you to attend the final presentation in the 3-minute thesis competition on Thursday, November 11th from 3 to 4:30 p.m. in the Melton Student Center Ballroom. The top 10 competitors from the October preliminary rounds will face off for an opportunity to represent Auburn in the Regional 3 MT competition, as well as a chance to earn some cash prizes. The 3MT is a research communication competition developed by the University of Queensland in Australia. Participating graduate students will be given 3 minutes to present a compelling oration on their thesis or dissertation and its significance. The purpose of the competition is to challenge students to consolidate their ideas and research discoveries so that they can be presented concisely to a non-specialist audience.
It's that time again. What time, you might ask? Time to get involved. Involvement Ambassador Travis Harrison is here with our weekly involvement update to give you the scoop on all the activities and events you can get involved with on campus this week.
Hey guys, my name is Travis Harrison with the Office of Student Involvement. I can't wait to share all of the exciting things going on in Auburn this week. First up, the Office of Sustainability is having their fall film series this Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m. at Pebble Hill. They'll be showing Southern Exposure and we'll be having a discussion about the film afterwards. They'll also be serving popcorn at this event and it will be completely free of charge. On Tuesday, First Year Experience will be having their callouts behind Cater from 8 to 8:30. Callouts are to announce the 2022 Successfully Orienting Students in Camp War Eagle Counselors. If you or anyone you know has applied for either of these positions, make sure to come out and support them. Callouts is one of Auburn's oldest traditions and it is a great time and really something that you don't want to miss. On Wednesday from 7 to 10 p.m., UPC and Tiger Knights is hosting their casino night. The event will be taking place in the Student Activity Center and there'll be lots of fun. There'll be all sorts of casino games at this event along with free food. Grab a few of your friends and head to the Act to test your luck. As always, make sure to log into AU Involve and check out the dozens of other events coming up this week. Thank you, and War Eagle.
When we return from this short break, find out what productions you won't want to miss in the coming weeks and what new program the Auburn Writing Department has implemented. Find out more after the break. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
The Auburn University Theater and Dance Department is continuing its 2021-22 season with their fall musical productions of Spring Awakening. This Seder and Chic's Tony Award-winning musical will offer chances to engage with one of the most significant and vibrant contributions to American musical theater in the past 20 years. Spring Awakening will open Thursday, November 11th and run through November 19th. The performance will operate with limited audience capacity. Audience members will be required to be masked during the production while actors perform unmasked after receiving extensive COVID testing. To get your tickets and find out what other performances are coming up, visit auburnuniversitytheater.org.
Auburn University is partnering with Warner Brothers Media to bring a screening of the brand new movie King Richard to you. King Richard is a drama film that follows the coach and father of the famous tennis players, Venus and Serena Williams, and his path to change the sport forever. The movie stars Will Smith as Richard Williams, along with Sania Sidney and Demi Singleton as the Williams sisters. The King Richard screening will be held on November 17th at 7 p.m. at the AMC Tiger 13. Tickets are free to Auburn students and can be acquired through prior reservation. To find out more about the screening and to reserve your tickets, visit our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and search King Richard.
The Auburn University Writing Department has released a new open educational resource that contains a variety of worksheets and handouts on numerous writing-focused topics. The OER contains resources to help anyone with topics such as editing, proofreading, literature reviews, and more, while containing extensive resources on e-portfolios. The OER was a product of collaboration amongst the University Writing Department, the Office of Provost Communication and Marketing Team, and the Office of Communications and Marketing. That spanned over multiple years. In addition to this implementation, University Writing Graduate Program Assistant Catherine Brown, along with University Writing Undergraduate Program Assistants Heesun Yoon and Mark Smith, who worked heavily on the production of the OER plan to present their achievement during the 2022 Global Society for Online Literacy Educators Conference, to highlight how the OER process allowed them to be active participants in the ongoing discussion of educational equity. For more information about the OER, visit our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and search Open Educational Resource.
On November 12th at 2 p.m., Auburn University will be holding a groundbreaking ceremony for a new National Panhellenic Legacy Plaza in honor of the Council's member organizations and in celebration of African American culture at Auburn University. The plaza will be located in front of the new academic classroom and laboratory complex as the first physical landmark for any Black student organization on Auburn's campus. The event will be open by invitation only and will include remarks by various key university officials, including Bobby Woodard, Jay Gouge, and many others. For more information about this groundbreaking ceremony, visit aub.ie/NPHC ceremony.
The Joel Colin Smith Museum of Fine Art at Auburn University is hosting 3 new exhibitions from now until January 2nd, titled The Weight of Black, The Joy Fields, and The Outside In. According to Cindy Malinick, the museum's director and chief curator, the theme for 2021 is juxtaposition, with the idea that all 3 exhibits differ in periods and artistic narratives. Located at 901 South College Street in Auburn, the Joel Colin Smith Museum of Fine Arts regular hours are Tuesday through Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4:30 p.m., with extended hours on Thursday from 10 a.m. until 11 p.m. Admission is free for all. For more information about the new exhibits, visit jcsm.auburn.edu. When we come back, we have updates on Biden's infrastructure bill that you don't want to miss, and we'll take a look at how one music festival went horribly wrong. You're watching Eagle Eye News, Auburn Lose Neither at 6.
On Friday night, Congress delivered President Joe Biden a major win. After months of negotiations, House progressives finally agreed to an 11th hour vote to approve a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill.
The long-held-up $1.2 trillion infrastructure bill finally passing the House on Friday.
On this vote, the yeas are 228 and the nays are 206. The motion is adopted.
Meanwhile, the $1.9 trillion economic package remains in limbo.
We had hoped to be able to bring both bills to the floor today.
Moderates pushing back on the larger social safety net plan, citing the need for an official cost estimate from the Congressional Budget Office, a process that could take as long as 2 weeks.
Some members want more clarification or validation of numbers that have been put forth, that it's top line, that it is fully paid for, and we honor that request.
President Biden delaying a trip to Delaware in an effort to get at least one of his major domestic policies across the finish line.
Send the infrastructure bill to my desk. Let's show the world that America's democracy can deliver and propel our economy forward.
I'm Melissa Rainey reporting.
The death of Colin Powell last month was greeted with an outpouring of grief from American leaders. Former presidents, dignitaries, and family members gathered at the National Cathedral in the nation's capital to honor a man who helped shape American politics for decades. Powell, a decorated soldier, was respected across both military and political fronts alike.
A send-off fit for a man many described as larger than life.
He lived a life of service, and he was a great blessing to all who knew him.
Colin Powell, remembered as a trailblazer and a father.
I took his hand, just as he had taken mine decades before. I wanted him to be at peace. But again, I felt my father's love in that hand.
A rare private funeral inside the National Cathedral, attended by U.S. presidents past and present. Memories of his incomparable legacy, peppered with his love for ABBA.
Colin immediately went down on one knee and sang the entire Mamma Mia to a very amused foreign minister from Sweden.
The son of Jamaican immigrants, raised in the South Bronx. Serving 2 tours in Vietnam, the soldier flourished.
I will never not be a soldier.
After a series of promotions, President Ronald Reagan's national security advisor. In 1989, he became the youngest and first black person in the military's highest-ranking position.
The man that I have selected to be the next chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Colin L. Powell.
He was so popular. At one point, he was considered a leading contender to become the first black president, and instead became the first black Secretary of State. Now, his legacy lives on through his wife and 3 children.
Colin Powell was a great lion with a big heart. We will miss him terribly.
In Washington, Isabel Rosales.
Panic and chaos emerged at a music festival in Houston, Texas, where at least 8 people passed away after being trampled by the crowd. There was a variety of people attending the concert, including teenagers, and people as young as 14 years old ended up injured. This all occurred after a crowd rushed the stage at the Astroworld Festival while rapper Travis Scott was on stage.
About 50,000 people Friday filling up NRG Park in Houston to attend the Astroworld Festival.
This is the first festival I've been to since COVID, so just trying to get back to some normalcy.
The music festival, however, anything but normal and ending in tragedy.
People just came to the festival just to have fun, not knowing that they were going to die that night. It's just sad.
Concert goers packing in closely as the clock counted down ahead of rapper Travis Scott's performance.
As the timer got closer to coming down to 0, it got worse and worse. And I looked at my boyfriend, Sam, and I told him, I was like, we have to get out of here.
Madeline Eskins says the crowd was compressed so tightly, she and her boyfriend couldn't leave their spot, and she ended up passing out.
I've always been towards the front, towards the concerts, and yes, it gets tight, but I've never, ever been feeling like I'm going to pass out. I never saw people collapsing. I definitely never saw anybody die.
Hundreds of people were treated at a field hospital set up near the festival. Video shows rapper Travis Scott pausing his show at one point and an ambulance moving through the crowd.
What the is that?
Scott releasing a statement Saturday saying in part, "I'm absolutely devastated by what took place last night. Houston PD has my total support as they continue to look into the tragic loss of life." I'm Cole Higgins reporting.
When we return, find out which holiday we're celebrating today and what the city of Opelika has cooked up to get you in your holiday spirits. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Do you need an extra boost this Monday? Well, it's the perfect day for a cappuccino. Why? Because it's November 8th and it's National Cappuccino Day, a time to celebrate the classic Italian espresso drink. While many Americans might think this delicious treat was invented by Starbucks, its origins go back into history. The name itself comes from the Capuchin friars in the Old Country who wore distinctive robes with hoods. While cappuccino has the distinctive steamed milk, foam topping, most believe the moniker actually came from the color of the monks' robes. On this caffeinated holiday, we encourage you to visit your favorite coffee shop to order this delicacy, and don't forget to give them a shout out using the hashtag Cappuccino Day.
With Christmas just around the corner, the city of Opelika has partnered up with many local businesses and organizations to bring some holiday cheer, as well as present their 2021 holiday event lineup titled Opelika's Very Merry Christmas. The lineup will kick off on November 14th at noon and last all the way through the month of December. The list of fun holiday events include a drive-through nativity scene, the Christmas parade, the Reindeer Express, a Victorian front porch tour, and many other activities that are sure to bring you some Yuletide joy.
Come on, Eileen. Oh, I swear what he means. At this moment, you mean everything. Our new pet of the week, Eileen, has been with us for over 2 months, and she's been here in foster care practically the entire time. This pretty kitty has come out of her shell so much since arriving at the shelter, and she'd love a home where she can curl up on a soft blanket and nap the afternoons away. She's currently living with other cats and dogs in the foster home and would do well with almost anybody. Eileen is 1 year old, spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped. She's FIV negative and her adoption fee is $100. Apply for her online today. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, tune in to our Thursday night show at 6 or head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Gracie Pennington.
And I'm Hee Sun Yoon. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.